Finishing up on the 9/11 points, I just want to point out once again, as these guys almost 5 years ago now set out to quote-unquote debunk 9/11 truth, their lies are stale and unproven. We look at this document from Team 8 of the FBI, and you can clearly see that we drilled inside hijackings, hitting inside targets with suicide missions. Then, on the day before 9/11, and the day before that, they're running hijackings out of New York City. It's the Alex Jones Show. I'm Jason Bermas, sitting in. I also want to mention that if you don't think you were tracked, traced, and databased prior to 9/11, how about WikiLeaks releasing all sorts of pager and cell phone documents from text messages on from the morning of 9/11 itself, 3 a.m. to 3 a.m., 24 hours of texts that, again, predate the supposed police state that was brought in via the Patriot Act, via the Military Commissions Act, via the lies and the pretext of 9/11. Yet somehow all of these private emails, texts, and pager data are available. How would that be possible without some kind of a tracking, tracing, and database system being set up before 9/11? And now Congress may actually probe over this WikiLeaks release because they know that it may hurt them. All right, let's take a couple other callers. Then we have Catherine Austin Fitz on the program for an entire hour to discuss the global economic meltdown. I mean, it is here, full force. Gold hitting record prices today. Go to MidasResources.com right now before it's too late. It's over $1,200 an ounce, folks. Only 12 months ago, it sat around $800. I urged my stepfather and my mother to get into gold. I said, this is the one investment that you can count on. All right, let's go to Stephen in Texas. Stephen, you're online.
Yeah, hey, good afternoon, Jason. Hey, aren't you basking in the global warming today?
Yeah, it's so warm here in Texas. It's actually cool enough. It's around 45, 50 degrees, so it's still quite a step up from New York. But let's face it, Stephen, the documents show it. They lied. We have the lead scientists stepping down. We have investigations going on at Penn State and a possible congressional investigation being proposed by James Inhofe, asking Barbara Boxer, who is a total globalist and an unapologetic, climate change promoter. We're the evil ones. Let's see if she does it. Let's see if she steps up to the plate. What we need to do is focus on going after our state officials, our federal representatives, and saying we're not going to stand for it. The lie has been exposed.
Yeah, I just wanted to follow up on what I called you about on your show the other day, the Sunday evening. Mm-hmm. I did have it confirmed. Yeah, I was terminated by that one insurance company because of the email I sent to this customer about Obama. I don't know what, that has to do with business, since I never said anything about business, but, that's the way it is. And the other thing is, remember I brought up about how the Federal Reserve Board and the U.S. Treasury are overseeing the anti-money laundering laws?
Mm-hmm.
Well, the thing is, this is tied into drug running. Now think about this. Who's the number one importer of drugs into the United States?
Unfortunately, it's our own shadow government apparatus, as exposed in the Iran-Contra scandal and as proven today as we give Warlord and Karzai's brother millions of dollars over the last 8 years to support the opium trade.
And yet here, this same shadow government is saying, we're going to go after the people that are running the drugs. Yeah, right.
It's absolutely laughable, Stephen. I thank you for the call. Again, we have Catherine Austin Fitz coming on. I know a lot of you are excited out there. Got a lot of emails, a lot of phone calls asking her to come on to this program. So we're going to break down the entire global economic market with her over the next hour. We're going to talk Dubai. We're going to talk the dollar. We're going to talk gold. And again, it's record numbers today. It's the Alex Jones Show, Infowars.com, PrisonPlanet.tv. We are back. It's the Alex Jones Show. Alex out on assignment in Dallas. I'm Jason Bermas sitting in. And we are now joined by Catherine Austin Fitz. Oh, no, we don't have her on yet? All right, she'll be on in just a moment. She is the founder and managing member of Solari Investment Advisories, LLC. She is a former Assistant Secretary of Housing for the Federal Housing Commissioner under the first Bush administration. She was the president of the Hamilton Securities Group investment bank and financial software developer, and a Wall Street insider. So we are going to get her take on the devaluing dollar, on gold hitting a record high, on what's really going on in Dubai, and how this is going to affect us not only in the United States, but globally. How are you, Catherine?
Hi, I'm fine.
So let's just get right into it. We're seeing record numbers for gold today. The dollar continues to decline, and we're talking bailouts in Dubai. What does this all mean for us here at home?
Well, what it means is our expenses are going to rise and our income is going to fall. It's that simple. And we're going through a structural change economically as a society. We have, for the last 15 to 20 years, moved abroad many of the high-paying manufacturing and other jobs, and done it in a way that significantly weakened the unions and anything that would protect the value of labor. So we're watching a fundamental shift between the value of labor and the value of capital worldwide, and it's an integral part of the way that globalization is being achieved. And so we're just the round with Dubai is sort of the latest sort of crisis du jour related to what happens when you print lots and lots of financial paper, whether it's currency or bonds or debt securities, but you don't build up an equivalent amount of real wealth in the real economy. So we're watching a back and forth between all the paper that we've printed and the bubbles that we've engineered globally and the real economy. And the precious metals is really just the real economy saying, hey, wait a minute, we don't want your paper. We're worth a lot more in terms of your paper. And the challenge for many of us is many of us are just holding the paper.
Well, you just discussed briefly how this country has essentially been gutted from making anything. We don't really have an industry that creates and exports anything. In fact, I think our leading export at this point is garbage ideas and promises that really aren't there. I mean, how did this happen? How did we allow ourselves to stop manufacturing any physical materials whatsoever?
Well, in the 1990s, we implemented the GATT Uruguay round and created in 1995 the WTO, the World Trade Organization, which radically changed the rules. You know, it's like any game. When you blow a whistle and change all the rules, the whole game changes. Mm-hmm. And what the World Trade Organization and the GATT round said is, we are now free to move capital in and out of any place, and basically shift jobs globally in a way where we can, play labor off against each other around the world. And that's happening at the same time when you're instituting lots of new powerful technology, because a lot of this is made possible by telecommunications and satellite technology and digital technology. You're instituting it where it's possible to radically reduce the number of people you need to do manufacturing. So literally we're seeing new plants come up around the world where everything is done by robotics and computers, and you need very few people, where once you needed 2,000 people to do everything, you need two. So part of this is simply who gets the blessings of new technology, and what we're saying is we're going to take all those blessings and productivity and centralize it into the wealth of the few and pull it out of the well-being of the many.
It's the Alex Jones Show. We'll be back after this with Catherine Austin Fitz.